is Jalen Furby, super fit, superstar management.
This your boy, two-time Super Bowl champ, Anthony Smith.
Hey, this is comedian Terry Moore.
This is Julius Williams, Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hey, this is Palmer Williams Jr. You know me as Floyd from House of Pain and Love Thy Neighbor on the Oprah Winfrey Network. Now look here, I'm here with my third cousin on my mother's side, Brother Phil Williams on the Phil Williams Show. Now, he makes it easy to understand, but even harder to swallow, all right?
The Phil Williams Show.
But I'm Tom's uncle, man. I tell you, man, it's really, really crazy. No, it's more interesting.
Phil Williams.
How that name is given to me by the so-called tolerant ones. You know what I mean? The ones that's supposed to be open to other ideas and other trains of thought.
The Phil Williams Show.
We're always looking for help from on the outside first. We're looking at what people can do for us first versus what we can do for ourselves.
Phil Williams.
If you really think about it, you are your first responder. You are the one that's in the situation that needs response to.
The Phil Williams Show.
A bullet doesn't make decisions, it follows direction. So, addressing guns from the standpoint of guns is ridiculous. You have to address gun violence from the standpoint of humanity.
Phil Williams.
Yeah, we can get on how we got here, but we're here now. Nobody's trying to leave.
The Phil Williams Show.
I want you to get turned up on seeing a proud parent watching their child walk across the stage graduating, instead of those people that's getting turned up to come and take your baby's life because they got a backpack full of books.
The Phil Williams Show. The Phil Williams Show. I'm your host, Phil Williams. And this is that place where we try to make things easy to understand, but hard to swallow. We are on our new network called the Life Grounded Network. Welcome, welcome, and welcome. And you can follow me on Twitter. That's Phil Williams HQ. Be my friend on Facebook. That's Phil Williams HQ. Like my fan page. That is Phil Williams Show. And also follow me on Instagram. That is also Phil Williams HQ. Got my man, DJ Slow Bucks. What's up, man? What's going on, man?
Man, what's good? What's good?
Man, I got another live one, man. I gotta do something that's uncomfortable today, man.
No, don't tell me, Phil.
Man,
Tell me.
Oh my God, really, there's about 3 uncomfortable things. I feel like an uncomfortable Big Mac, man, because it's like stacked on top of each other, bro.
Oh man. Well, you know something? Where's the best place to get out your feelings than at the show?
Yeah, that's true. It's therapy, man. It's therapy.
Do what you got to do.
Everybody listen, this is therapy for you, man. This is liberal, idiotic therapy right here for idiotic liberals. What's up, Slowbucks, though, man? We got my man, they got the producer over there. I forgot what he calls himself. Our intern. What does he call himself?
Louis.
Oh, that's right. Producer Louis. That's right. What's up, Producer Louis?
You meant Lucky Louis.
Lucky Louis. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, he's lucky. Hey, guys, subscribe to my... Hey, thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Hey, follow me. Subscribe to our YouTube page, where you can find our popular segment called Mr. Tat. It stands for My Response to a Tweet. And this is where I pick a tweet and I respond to it, making it the foundation of the Phil Williams Show. And you can find that on youtube.com/C for conservative /Phil Williams Show. And that is Mr. Tat, My Response to a Tweet. Speaking of Mr. Tat, it is that time for my response to a tweet. And today's tweet says, why don't you get off of Trump and get John Lewis and go talk to the black community? Why don't you get off of Trump and get John Lewis and go talk to the black community? Wow, amazing. Here is the dilemma that I'm in. I got to give this Trump supporter a little bit of, I got to give him some credit. I got to give him some props. I got to take his advice more so. The second part that makes this disturbing is that I got to go partner up with a liberal, you know, and to me, liberalism is part of, is the problem. That's the problem. See, that's the problem with Trump. He's a liberal. He's trying to convince you that he's a Republican. But no, he's a liberal. And if I was to be generous, white supremacist type attributes. Let me put it that way. But I got to go partner with a liberal. You know, John Lewis, praise him for his history and stuff like this, but liberalism is part of the problem. And so now I got to take this Trump supporters' advice. One, I feel like Jesus being crucified. That's the nails. And then I got to go partner with the liberal. That's the feet. And you know what I'm saying? Oh my God. But here's how I'm going to respond to your tweet. There's something that goes on in the black community. So black people, here I come. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. But trust me, I'm doing it out of love. Nothing but love for you, baby. Nothing but love. There's a phrase that goes in the black community, and you probably heard it. It's been on commercials and everything like that. It's called turned up. You know, they say turned up. You know, we turned up. That means they wide open. That means they up here all the time. And then they come up with a theme song for being turned up that's real popular. You heard it from a gentleman named Lil Jon. And he gets on there and he screams out, "Turn down for what?" You know, and so basically they turned up all the dang on time. And then he says, "Turn down for what?" Basically, why should we turn down? We should stay turned up. Turn down for what? When I was coming up, I was always wise to learn when to calm down and pay attention. That was a good tactic to have in life. Calm down. It was like not be pumped up all the time. And then say, calm down. No, I want to stay here. No. Turn it down some. And see, now in the black community where we're living, they're saying turn down for what? So taking this Trump supporter's advice, partner with this liberal John Lewis and go into the black community and address that issue instead of addressing the foolishness of Donald Trump. Because of the foolishness of Donald Trump, we need to turn down. So when you say turn down for what? Here's what you turn down for. So, Lil Jon, turn down for what? Because you have a gentleman from the federal government saying that you're so freaking out of control that he has to come in there and do something about it. And this gentleman tends to have white supremacist tendencies. That's why you got to turn down. Turn down for what? Because we have the highest level of non-graduating black people in the community. You need to focus on schoolwork and learn something because the crime rate is attached to the uneducated rate. If you're not, they're connecting these things together and it's making you look out of control and it's making you look hopeless. It's making you look like a consumer of air and space where you have no value. That's why you got to turn down. Turn down for what? Because you need to get involved with more politics and understand there's people in these political facilities. Here in Atlanta, we have the Gold Dome, and they are making up laws and things to protect people from your savagery. They're coming up with ways to incarcerate you and not let you out. And you being turned up is not getting you to see that you're participating in your own demise. Turn down for what? Because you are assaulting the black woman in your community that's raising your children while you're out there being turned up and not taking care of your responsibilities. Turn down for what? Turn down because you're not paying attention to what's happening in your environment. You have turned from rappers that's saying that the community is messed up because you're withholding available resources to us. You're not allowing us to learn to read and things of this nature for your slavery mentality. To now turn it into, it's a lifestyle. This is my hood, and if you come down to my hood, you're going to get dealt with. No, turn down, bruh. You need to pay attention and understand what it is you are doing to set yourself up to be massacred. You are coming across like a bunch of non-concerned, unproductive American savages. All you want is your weed and your females and PlayStation games and all this stuff. And staying turned up is not going to get you to understand what is happening around you. Turned down for what? Because they're not going to hire you with your name tattooed across your forehead. And stars and teardrops and stuff that says, I kill people. Turned down for what? Because your pants is down enough. Lift them jokers up and turn down your attitude. Stop going out there soliciting your behind or showing your behind in your drawers and show that you paid $65 for some drawers and your baby sitting in pissy Pampers. Turn down for what? Because you are an instrumental part in God's overall plan for the success of humanity, and you have no desire to participate in that plan at all. There are so many reasons for you to turn down. So many reasons. There is something happening in America. America is diabolically awesome. America wins, and America wins when others lose. What do you think a prison is for? If they're building more prisons, they have to have a way to fill them up. They are not going to build the building for nothing. Turn down for what? Because the actions you're participating in is going to get you that felony that states in our Constitution, in our Bill of Rights, once you get a felony, we have the right to enslave you. And little Dookie Stain that you're listening to in your headphones that's telling you to turn down for what? He turns down enough so he can figure out how to make some money off of your turned up behind. He knows when to turn it down and go handle his business. He knows when to turn it down and go negotiate and make sure his money's right. He knows when to calm his butt down and make sure the contract is not going to jack him up. He knows when to do it. So why doesn't he tell you? Because as long as you stay turned up, you keep putting $85 and $100 draws on his behind. Because you ain't nothing but a pawn. You got $1,500 worth of clothes on, and your lights is about to get turned off. You got almost $1,000 pair of shoes on, and can barely read the instruction labels on your washer and dryer, if you even have one. You got a pocket full of Barack Obamas, and protecting the Barack Obamas that's got millions. What's a pocket full of Barack Obamas? Change you can believe in. Because that's all you got. Because the Barack Obama change he was bringing is unbelievable. On the downside of you turned up brothers. Turned down for what? So that you can understand the history of slavery and know that the Democratic Party that you keep supporting were the slave masters. Government run anything is bad for anybody, let alone you turned up brothers and sisters. Turned down for what? Because you think your popularity is going to be sold because you get 1 million views on YouTube from you catching yourself on fire, choking yourself to death with some cinnamon, shooting each other with firearms, and see which group of black, savage, acting black people can go jump on one person. Can't shoot straight. You don't even understand that the government got more guns than you, and you think you can beat the government. There's a lot of reasons for you to turn down. And Donald Trump's election should show you. That right now should be your biggest concern, because you are the one that's in his crosshairs to come and clean up your community when you should be doing it yourself. Trust me, you don't want the feds. That's the kind of fed time that you won't survive from. Hey, I'm Phil Williams, and now I'm about to turn down for this commercial. And that's my response to a tweet on the Phil Williams Show.
What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? I'm gonna stick with it, calling on Jesus. What you doing? If I tell you what it takes to get what you lost and someone else paid the cost, what you doing? If I tell you what it takes to get rest in peace and make foolishness cease, what you doing? If I tell you what it takes to know whose foes are friends and get hate in the end, what you doing? Let me tell you I did it, I'm gonna stick with it, calling on Jesus, now you know what you doing. Man, I got information for the masses, especially those stuck on not being blessed like silk and molasses. As you see, I teach different, plenty room in these classes. Joy and peace and big mansions is the reward for who passes. I'm sitting back, cause I don't like the front, cause the one that's usually last doesn't have to want, cause it's something like that turtle in the race with the hair. You can get quickly there, but it's about patient care. What you doing? I mean, trade your microwave for a slow cooking crock pot designed to save. That's Jesus. He'll get you fast life in slow motion, big waves in the ocean, making smooth like lotion. Calm down, I sense a movement in the force. That Darth Vader that's with you is moving you off course. If I tell you how you can whip back on track, would you stay in that direction, not burn up looking back? If I tell you what it takes to get what you lost and someone else paid the cost, what you doing? If I tell you what it takes to get rest in peace and make foolishness cease, what you doing? If I tell you what it takes to know whose foes are friends and get hate in the end, what you doing? Let me tell you I did it, I'm gonna stick with it, calling on Jesus, now you know what you doing. Man, I congratulate the graduates with that certificate that makes every little piece of help so significant. People used to walk by, now you wanna speak to. People used to hang with, you can straight see through. Things you used to hold on, now you wanna let go. Wonder why you never walked this way from the get-go. Words in your vocabulary sounds more appealing. No hands to the face of folks, now they're to the ceiling, revealing what the Holy Spirit tells you, new mindset. Knowing every move you make, there's Jesus behind it. He's the remote for your life to rewind it, like you're born again in a place where you never find it. I find it unusual, seeing me slipping wrong. I pray for the people that I used to be tripping on. Love hearing Jesus and the points he's hitting on. If he said move cause you've been sitting long, what you doing? If I tell you what it takes to get what you lost and someone else paid the cost, what you doing? If I tell you what it takes to get rest in peace and make foolishness cease, what you doing? If I tell you what it takes to know whose foes are friends and get hate in the end, what you doing? Let me tell you I did it, I'm gonna stick with it, calling on Jesus, now you know what you doing. Man, don't be looking for an escape route, cause you don't wanna do it before you bring Jesus in. You'd rather go through it, worried about your friends not seeing you all turned up. Same folks gonna be in hell with you all burnt up, screaming for a cool drink, teeth being gnashed up. Can't buy a paper fan no matter how much you cashed up. Now you're trying to apologize, hoping you get flashed up. All there is demons teasing you, bringing your past up. Don't you wish you would've called Jesus instead of Pookie? Don't you wish you would've hugged instead of trying to shoot me? Remember when you had the chance to give, you got selfish. Instead of acting heavenly, you got extra hellish. Now you got an attitude that Satan wants to relish. People that you idolize will make Jesus jealous. Things that you think you got doesn't really got you. Blaming on the devil when it was really you that stopped you. If I tell you what it takes to get what you lost and someone else paid the cost, what you doing? If I tell you what it takes to get rest in peace and make foolishness cease, what you doing? If I tell you what it takes to know whose foes are friends and get hate in the end, what you doing? Let me tell you I did it, I'm gonna stick with it, calling on Jesus, now you know what you doing. If I tell you what it takes to get what you lost and someone else paid the cost, what you doing? If I tell you what it takes to get rest in peace and make foolishness cease, what you doing? If I tell you what it takes to know whose foes are friends and get hate in the end, what you doing? Let me tell you I did it, I'm gonna stick with it, calling on Jesus, now you know what you doing. If I tell you what it takes to get what you lost and someone else paid the cost, what you doing? If I tell you what it takes to get rest in peace and make foolishness cease, what you doing? If I tell you what it takes to know whose foes are friends and get hate in the end, what you doing? Let me tell you I did it, I'm gonna stick with it, calling on Jesus, now you know what you doing.
This is producer Lucky Louie rocking with the wise man Phil Williams on the Phil Williams Show on Life Grounded Network.
Welcome back to the Phil Williams Show. I'm your host, Phil Williams, and this is that place where we try to make things easy to understand, but hard to swallow. We are on Life Grounded Network on Spreaker, Spreaker.com. That's speaker with an R. Spreaker.com. And just look for the Life Grounded Network. Coming up on Life Ground is going to have a lot of good shows, a lot of good things going on, family-oriented, not just politics, arts, entertainment, advice, financial, spiritual, health-wise, vegetable eating, learning to cook, serving, all that kind of stuff. Life Grounded Network. Please come join us and follow us and share it with your friends. Follow me on Twitter. That's Phil Williams HQ. Be my friend on Facebook, and that is also Phil Williams HQ. Like my fan page, and that is Phil Williams HQ. Also, follow me on Instagram. Speaking of Instagram, now that's Phil Williams HQ. And big ups to my man 30 Swag. 30 Swag, what's going on out there, young man? Doing awesome things, trying to get his life right. Very, very popular young man. I like him. And yes, Instagram. Subscribe to my YouTube page, and that is where you can find the Mr. Tat segment. Mr. Tat stands for My Response to Tweet, and that is on YouTube. Just search for The Phil Williams Show or MRTAT. Turn down for what? You know, as a somewhat darker skin than you're used to knowing conservative, I can just be straight out. As a black conservative, but I like to say as a tall conservative, I'm being put in a very peculiar situation with this Trump thing. But you guys know, and you've been listening to me, and there's a lot of you guys listen to me. You guys know that I'm very honest. I'm very upfront. I don't play the race card. I don't want you to have sympathy for me because I'm black or nothing. Man, forget all that. You're going to respect me because I'm professional and I'm handling my business and this and that. But unfortunately, we're in a situation where it's getting harder and harder not to bring race into this conversation. I'm not bringing it in there for sympathy because you guys know I'm just as hard on the black community as I am on the white community because I look at it as the American community. But since you guys have to put things in black and white, I'll use that vocabulary so that we can be all on the same page. You don't have to agree with me, but at least we'll be on the same page as potential understanding. The realness that's happening here in America, and yes, me as a conservative, I will contribute it to Barack Obama. I'm not going to blame Barack Obama because it was here before Barack Obama was here. But from a political standpoint, Barack Obama ran his last 8 years on making sure there was a difference between black and white. He spent his last 8 years defending movements and inspiring movements like a Black Lives Matter. When it started at the Harvard situation, when the gentleman got approached by the police and he got arrested at his own home, Barack Obama, without any facts, just off of straight color looking and blinders on his eyes, the first thing he says is what? The police acted stupidly. That's totally irresponsible from a president. And everybody spoke out about it. Totally irresponsible. Get some facts first before you say the police acted stupidly. If you get the facts and everything of this nature, give the police officer time to say, hey, my bad, I'm sorry, something, before you as the president of the freaking United States comes out there and say the police acted stupidly. When they showed up and at the end you had to have some kind of beer summit as your way of apologizing and jumping the gun. Constantly happening over the last 8 years. Every time this government politician that just happens to be of darker skin says something, black people and white people or the opposition Americans that have a right to dissent against the powers that be would say something against this president, The first thing black people say, and with the help of the president, is you're doing it because he's black. And he doesn't put a stop to that foolishness. And then he tells white people that because of the history and the plight of black people in America, you have to turn down and understand why we are turned up. And it creates movements. I call them bowel movements such as Black Lives Matter. Why? Because the black president of the United States says the police acted stupidly while they were doing their job. So now you immobilize a whole group of young black people that feel like when the police come and tell them they cannot smoke weed because it's illegal, they feel the police are acting stupidly when they're doing their job. And the reason why white people can't say anything without being called racist is because of the plight of the black man in America and Jim Crow and all this foolishness. Not to say it's not factual, but it's in the wrong context to be trying to have a country to stick together and not idolize and worship a government official. That's what I'm against. I don't care if you're black or white. You should not be idolizing any government official. They're the government. They got guns and stuff. The government is building the prisons. Yeah, they got private sector people, but the government is the pimp middleman. So when Barack Obama raises a group of black people to feel that the police are constantly acting stupidly, Trayvon Martin could be my son. What? A weed smoking, getting kicked out of school, bringing dope to school? That could be your son? No. Trayvon Martin can't be your son. You're the freaking president of the United States. What needs to be said is, Trayvon, I'm accomplished things at a high level, made some mistakes. It seems like you're duplicating the same mistakes that I might have made. But you can be the president of the United States. Stop bringing dope to school. Stay in school. Stay at the house that you're supposed to live in. Not get suspended from school, kicked out of school, and have to go live in another place that has a bunch of other turned up black people breaking into white people's houses to where they got this gung-ho white dude running around thinking he could be the police. This is what you got to turn down for, Trayvon. Don't make him your son. Because you're not taking consideration of all the other potential sons out there that you're leaving out. What about the ones that are going to school doing the right thing and the weed smoking Trayvons is bullying them? Why can't they be your son? See, my grandmama say, don't start no mess, won't be none. The president is constantly starting some mess, and that's why we have some. Why am I talking about Obama? One, he's a liberal. Two, guess what? This Donald Trump just didn't come out of nowhere. Donald Trump is the byproduct of a black man telling white people to just bend over and take it up the tailpipe because you was giving it to us up the tailpipe. And then woodwork white people came out and said, oh no, whoa, Nelly. And then when Donald Trump comes and says, I'm going to build a wall, kick out all the illegals, and I'm going to make America great again, all they heard was this. Wasn't Donald Trump's granddaddy in the Ku Klux Klan? He's our kind of guy. White power. That's what they heard. White power. Because Barack Obama for the last year was saying black power. Telling them to shut up. Sit down and take it because it's owed to him. And so now that we have Donald Trump in office, he did his token black thing. He gave 2 token black positions. Alma Testarossa over there monitoring the Twitter sphere. And he put sellout Ben Carson. Yeah, I could said it. He said putting Ben Carson over there. Take care of all them black folks over there in HUD. They so toe up over there in Donald Trump's administration. When he signed the executive order or the document that says that Ben Carson is his nominee, nobody over there, none of the white people, Democrats and Republicans, all over there smiling like a big bag of shiny dinglings. They all over there smiling, and nobody wanted Ben Carson's pen. Nobody wanted Ben Carson's pen. People, you got to understand something. We are in trouble. And there's so many reasons why we have to encourage our young people to turn down. Don't forget now, this turn down for what mentality is being permeated in our commercials and everything. There are so many reasons why we got to calm down. There's reasons why Trump supporters got to calm down. There's reasons why anti-Trump supporters got to calm down. There's reasons why we got to calm down on multiple levels. Because Donald Trump has a plan. And he is the same selfish, narcissistic liberal. He has always been out for him. He is lying in your face, and he knows that you are so emotional you'll defend it. So you got to calm your Trump-loving self down and understand, just like every single building this man has built, undocumented immigrants and foreigners benefit more from Donald Trump than American citizens doesn't have the last name Trump, or is not his son-in-law, or doesn't have millions and billions in their bank account. Our troops don't benefit from a Trump. This is why he doesn't want you to see his tax returns. Nobody benefits from Trump but Trump. Nobody benefits from this dude but Trump. And the ones Trump wants to benefit. How many lawsuits does he have of fellow Americans saying, Donald Trump, you hired me to build this or do that, and you shortchanged me. I came to get an education from your institution, and you cheated me. How many lawsuits of Americans? There's a lot of reasons why we got to turn down. And for you, Donald Trump supporter, to tell me to get off Trump, go partner with a freaking liberal, and go help the black community, you need to turn down. Because guess what, bruh? We may have come here on two separate ships, but we're all in the same boat now. And it takes both the black and white keys on the piano to play the Star Spangled Banner. We're in the same boat, dude. We got the same lying, cheating, stealing, cover-upping, airplane landing, small hands president. We got the same guy. We are subject to the same outcome. If he didn't hire you when it was his job to hire you, he's not going to hire you when it is not his job to hire you. As the president of the United States, that's not their job. This is Barack Obama all over again. It's not shovel ready. It's not about giving him $1 trillion to stimulate the economy. That's not his freaking job. And he's lined his pockets and made sure all of his homeboys' pockets is going to be straight. This man's got over 3,000 to 5,000 lawsuits against him, and you give him the Justice Department. This man is circumventing he's putting politicians in place to circumvent people's rights and things of this nature, and then you give him the Department of Education, Health and Human Services, Treasury. Man, we in trouble. And the Justice Department. Look at the extent that they did to our delegates to make sure these dudes get in. And now look at what they're doing. They haven't talked to Congress about a damn thing. And he got over 20 executive orders going. while he's telling you Obama was screwed up. Man, I'm Phil Williams.
Is it necessary to brag a lot, brag a lot, brag a lot, brag a lot, brag a lot? Beats bump as much as your gums do, gums do.
Trust me.
That's what you fools been telling us, man.
I'm just saying, is it necessary to talk so much about so-and-so, this and that, and such? I'm just saying, is it necessary to brag a lot? Clubs, guns, cars, women, and your dope spot. I'm just saying, beats bump as much as your gums do. Hitching a ride on the same style as much as your thumbs do. Trust me, we all know you ain't playing, cause that's what you fools been telling us, man. I'm just saying, gums doing what gums do. Bump when you at gums do what thugs do. They still bump when you at guns do what guns do. When thugs do, you have a bunch of dumb fools bumping the gums, killing something, and that something is your baby. Maybe they'll live a little longer if we step on that anger for foolishness stronger. There's nothing more wronger than hating on sobriety that wants you to be productive to society, seductive with variety, screwing up your potential, 50 sensual ways to kill on the instrumental. You must be asthmatic, cause you sound a little wheezy. Take a nick out of your mirage, cause you look a little sleazy. For sure, little homie, dang, I'm showing my age again. Let me try again. For cheesy, please don't show your rage again. I know you ain't tripping about going in that cage again. Read your story many times, turn that page again. I'm just saying, is it necessary to talk so much about so-and-so, this and that, and such? I'm just saying, is it necessary to brag a lot? Clubs, guns, cars, women, and your dope spot. I'm just saying, beats bump as much as your gums do. Hitching a ride on the same style as much as your thumbs do. Trust me, we all know you ain't playing, cause that's what you fools been telling us, man. I'm just saying, we have to go back, not just wearing throwbacks. Bring back the MC, take the dance flow back. I know you wanna say something, just hold that, unless you're about to ask Satan for your soul back. I was told that life and death was in the tongue. When you're bumping your gums, I know which one. Death, destruction, chaos, and mayhem, supported by puffy people. So graveyards will expand and demand every woman and man to participate in some kind of contraband, not stand for any kind of check and balance. Build your version of Babel's tower off of other people's talents. Want me to shut up and occupy these pews and continue to lose to wolves in fancy suits and pretty shoes, and have my home contemplated to be next to be invaded cause some rap star made it and a fool played it? I'm just saying, is it necessary to talk so much about so-and-so, this and that, and such? I'm just saying, is it necessary to brag a lot? Clubs, guns, cars, women, and your dope spot. I'm just saying, beats bump as much as your gums do. Hitching a ride on the same style as much as your thumbs do. Trust me, we all know you ain't playing, cause that's what you fools been telling us, man. I'm just saying, is it necessary to talk so much about so-and-so, this and that, and such? I'm just saying, is it necessary to brag a lot? Clubs, guns, cars, women, and your dope spot. I'm just saying, beats bump as much as your gums do. Hitching a ride on the same style as much as your thumbs do. Trust me, we all know you ain't playing, cause that's what you fools been telling us, man. I'm just saying, is it necessary to talk so much about so-and-so, this and that, and such? I'm just saying, is it necessary to brag a lot? Clubs, guns, cars, women, and your dope spot. I'm just saying, beats bump as much as your gums do. Hitching a ride on the same style as much as your thumbs do. Trust me, we all know you ain't playing, cause that's what you fools been telling us, man. I'm just saying.
Hey, this is Minister Stanley Howard from the Men on Point, Disciples for Christ. I'm here with my brother Phil Williams on the Phil Williams Show, Life Grounded Network. We're here to talk about the foolishness of politics. God bless him, may he continue to keep him strong through the foolishness. Thank you so much.
Welcome back to the Phil Williams Show. I'm your host, Phil Williams, and this is that place where we try to make things easy to understand, but hard to swallow. We are on the Life Grounded Network on Spreaker, Spreaker.com. That's speaker with an R, Spreaker.com, and the Life Grounded Network. Follow me on Twitter at Phil Williams HQ. Be my friend on Facebook, and that is Phil Williams HQ. Like my fan page on Facebook, and that is the Phil Williams Show. Follow me on Instagram, Phil Williams HQ, and subscribe to our YouTube page, where you can find our segment, Mr. Tat, stands for my response to a tweet. And that is youtube.com/C for conservative /Phil Williams Show. Turn down for what? Hey, got my man, producer Louie. What's up, man? What's up there, producer? What's up, man?
Hey, what's going down?
Hey, not much, man. So what you think of the show so far, man? What you think?
Man, I think it's excellent, man.
Word, man.
Truth.
Give me a small little point of view. What you think? What you think?
Man, these people really need to turn down out here, man.
I heard that, man.
It's a live threat.
I heard that. So as a young man, is it anything that you learned from this perspective? Not saying that I'm a good teacher or anything, but is there anything that I might have said that made you say, wow, I never thought about it from that standpoint?
I mean, yeah. It's a lot of stuff, that I had in the back of my mind, but I ain't never put too much thought into. People really need to chill out here because, they don't want something to happen. They asking for something to happen that they really don't want to happen because they don't want them kind of problems.
Yeah, I heard. You said they don't want them kind of problems.
Not at all.
That sounds like a show. You don't want these kind of problems. You don't want these.
Nope.
What is these? These. I'm sorry. That's what's up. Hey, big shout out to Malik Blaka. Shakalaka Blaka. Yeah, we got a guest in the studio, guys. And I want to just give him a big shout out. That's Malik Blaka Shakalaka. Hey, what's up, Malik? You get in front of the mic, man. How you doing, man?
What's going on, man?
say Mufasa.
Mufasa, the all
Lion King. Oh, no. Well, I forgot the music of Lion King. Boy, I tell you, you got me excited, man. I'm about to go. Hey, pull that up on demand. Somebody get that on demand and send me a link. No, welcome to the Phil Williams Show, Malik.
No, you know what? I appreciate y'all. I really appreciate being here for real, man. And what you're saying is definitely facts. Black people, mainly, they do need to open up their eyes. And we can do more as a people if we just focus, for real. So salute to what you're saying. I really do agree with that, man.
Woo! Boy, I was about to do a holy dance. I was waiting for the offering plate to come around, Malik. You preaching now. I heard that. Hey, well, thanks for chiming in, guys. Appreciate you, man. Hey, one of my good friends on Facebook, he posed a question. His name is Lee Newton Rhodes. And matter of fact, you guys support Lee, man. He's a Democrat. I believe he's a Democrat. I have no problem with people trying to get active politically. You know where my thing lies. But Malik makes a good point. He asked this question. And big ups, Lee. Lee Newton Rhodes on Facebook. Find him, guys. He said, Mr. Beginning, but listening now. He said, why are Democrats so upset with Trump or appearing to be upset? Also, if you were put in charge, what would I do different? Got you. This is good questions, man. And here's the thing. In order for this facade to continue to work, matter of fact, let me back up a little bit. And Lee should know this probably better because he was one of the Democratic candidates out in New York running against Hillary, and striving to get some traction, but the media had already made the choice that Hillary's going to be the person. And so in order for this facade to work, they need to continue to have a Hillary Clinton moment. See, Hillary Clinton, as we see how this thing shaped up, Hillary Clinton was there to be the red meat to keep Republicans focused on the lesser of the two evils. They positioned Hillary as the biggest evil because they knew the stupid Republicans would bite on it. They would be like sharks in the water with chum. They would bite on it. Hillary Clinton, we hate Hillary so much, they won't look at how ridiculous Trump is because they hate Hillary so much. So what Donald Trump is doing is keeping that facade going. He's got to replace Hillary. So the new replacement for Hillary is the media and Democrats, but they're all in the same boat. They're all in cahoots. So the Democrats have to continue to appear to be upset so that the cat ain't out the bag that they are really supporting their lifelong liberal friend that registered as a Republican because Republicans are stupid. So they need to keep the facade up that Donald Trump is angry with us. So Donald Trump must be conservative. He must be Republican because the Democrats hate him. Because that's what we were trained to believe. Democrats hate Republicans. Democrats hate conservatism, which they do. But it was tailor-made because conservatives and Republicans stop hating big government. And they knew this. The very first debate on the Republican side, all 16 candidates was up there making government bigger. Nobody was fighting for government to be smaller. Democrats win. They just got to make sure they don't get Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio. They got to make sure they get Donald Trump, their friend. Hillary Clinton was the evil witch that made the retarded Donald not look so bad. And then Christians bit into the lesser of two evils. When you have Jesus Christ that came so that we never even have to play with evil. The Bible says avoid all appearances of evil. But now we have to pick a lesser of the two. What is it showing? That even Christians want more government. The fundamental transformation of our country that Barack Obama set in motion is working. Our country is fundamentally transformed to where conservatives and Christians and Republicans want more government. Look at how we're handling the healthcare situation right now. Repeal it. Put it in the hands of the people in private business. But no, they got conservatives and everybody saying, Donald, you have to replace it with something. Government, you have to replace it with something. What is government going to replace it with? The liberals are appearing to be against Donald Trump because they can't let the Republicans and the conservatives know that they're in cahoots. The liberals and Democrats' so-called fake emotions against Donald Trump continues to cover up. They love Donald Trump. They know Donald Trump is going to give them single payer. They know it. But they can't let you stupid Republicans know that. They can't let you out of the woodwork backwards country people know that. Trump supporters. They can't let you know that. Donald Trump must be conservative because the Democrats don't like him. White pie. No, this is a trick. Now, if I was in charge, I would be that commander-in-chief that's saying, hey, guys, I'm going to focus on three things. And the first thing is getting you to understand that your neighbor can help you faster than I ever could. Let me tell you something about government. It's a beast that keeps on eating. The churches can help you faster than I can. I will be that president that makes the environment conducive for we, the people, to help each other. I tell people right now, when you do government research, we talked about this a little bit yesterday. Schlobucks brought it up. We talked about it with Stanley. When you do your research on a politician, look at the politicians who's making it harder for you to help your community. You know the needs of your community. Your local official doesn't know the needs of your community like you do. Ask yourself, if my neighbor needs water and some food, what politician is making it difficult for me to give my neighbor some water and some food? Did they set it up to where I have to come all the way down to City Hall to my politician so that I can help my neighbor that lives 500 feet from me? If that's what they're doing, your government is too big and you're too reliant upon government. As the President of the United States, I would want you to understand that point. Government has a role, but it can never be your first, your last, your everything. The regulations that government are putting in place is making it harder for neighbors to help neighbors. You know how you defend your community against terrorists? Make sure that your neighbors are not turned up all the dang on time to where they're getting felonies and they can own a firearm. It is cheaper to arm your neighbor with bullets than it is to keep contributing to a politician and pray that they show up on time when the terrorist comes and attacks. Your neighborhood is bipartisan. What government does is it makes your neighborhood black and white and Republican and Democrat and Crips and blood. That's what politics does. And that's what government needs. Is for you to look to them to be your solution. That's what I would do different. Now, would I be assassinated for it? Absolutely. My character would be assassinated, all kinds of stuff. And now that we have the environment they have, might even have a Lucky Lou out there. Not Louie, not you, Louie, I'm sorry. Might even have a loose goosey out there that might even try to do something a little bit more dramatic. But I tell you right now, how you are conducting your relationships with your friends on Facebook, so-called friends, and what you believe is your enemies. For Donald Trump, Barack Obama, Mitch McConnell, any of these people, anything that he promises and he flip-flops on, for you to conduct yourselves the way you do with these other Americans on your Facebook, Twitter, and everything like this, you should be ashamed of yourself. Because let me tell you, and I do this experiment anytime, you ask them same angry people that you are angry with, and they're angry with you on Facebook, can you get a loaf of bread as an American citizen in need? They will be there faster than that Donald Trump that you're angry with these people about. I can't stand a diehard Trump supporter or a diehard Obama supporter, a diehard Pelosi supporter, a diehard Ryan supporter. I can't stand a diehard any government official supporter. Because while you're a diehard supporter for a politician, you're willing to serve up the person that can protect you immediately to the wolves. Your neighbor is your most important asset. That's your foxhole buddy. And there's not a politician on this planet that will come in between my feelings on that and me trying to encourage you to understand that. So before you want to get on the Facebook and call me some kind of MF or black son of a, or what kind of disease you want me to have for Donald Trump, trust me, I will help you faster than Donald Trump will. For all you people that feel that you're going to make America white again, I feel where you're coming from. If all you can see in the media is a bunch of turned up black folks saying turn down for what, I can understand that. But here's the problem with the black folks being turned up, is that you're not calming down enough to understand that there's people that's mad at you right now. Because let me tell you something. Pimping, thugging, and drugging, it might have been something that took place in America, but that's not the American way. It is very unpatriotic. We need you to be at the capacity where you can help defend this country from enemies, foreign and domestic, and instead of you being a domestic enemy. Enemy of the children because you want to sell crack to their parents. Enemy of education because you won't want to be high enough to learn how to read and write. Enemy of goods and services moving called jobs and business. Because you want to get money instead of earn money. See, get money, that get money mentality that turned down for what has produced. Yeah, get it, get it, get it. It has you breaking in people's houses to get it. But see, earn money and make money has a level of respect for the consumer and for your fellow citizen. Turn down for what? Because we have a country that we are not trying to move from, and it needs all of us to work together. Clean and sober. Definitely off the drug of politics. Hey, again, we may have come here on two separate ships, but we're all in the same boat now. And it takes both the black and white keys on the piano to play the Star Spangled Banner. So peace, love, together, forever. Don't worry, be happy, and feel that energy. And remember, what you are is God's gift to you. What you do with yourself is your gift to God. Only one life will be passed, but only what's done while you're here will last. We were blessed before we had color. So engage your mind and answer one question. Isn't there a reason to turn down? Hey, Louis, great job, man. Great job. Get your mic on there for me. I want to talk to you for a second, man.
Appreciate that. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. You 5'd in, right? 5 6 in?
Yeah.
All right. Great job today, man.
Appreciate it.
Hey, Slow Bucks. Love you, bro. Hey, thanks for our guest Malik in the studio, Malik Blaka. And more so for you guys. Hey, Lee, thanks for chiming in. I hope I answered your question. Hey, I'm Phil Williams. Talk to you tomorrow.
What's good, my people? This is DJ Slow Bucks. Money might not be there when you want it, but it'll be there on time. Chilling in the studio with Phil Williams, the political atheist, on the Phil Williams Show. Tune in, Life Grounded Network. Stay down.
Hey, I don't know about you, but when I started doing positive things, more than talking about doing positive things, man, it changed everything that I'm about. I'm no longer about that crime, that foolishness. I'm not about that life. Man, I'm about that walk. I'm not about that life, cause that will get me messed up. Not about that talk that keeps me playing dress up. Gotta be about something, I won't die for nothing. You'll see the love coming, I'm about that walk. I'm about that walk. Hey, I'm about that walk. I'm about that walk. I'm about that walk. Now you think about it. What are you trying to be about? I see about 2 generations we need to lead out. I mean out of a life that ends lifeless, back to a life that lives priceless. Nice brother and nicest, being sold out so you can tell time on an ice list. Twice get you sleeping with the third strike. The enemy that has you not being about your birthright. A friend of me walks like JC, the truth teller. Not dysfunctional MCs that's booth dwellers. Come rock with a fella that does stuff that can change the mentality of the ones who buzz tough. Can't bluff or move with lip service. Stop talking and be about footprints called walking. Don't be about the coolest material or fabric, cause that kind of about will let you have it. I'm not about that life, cause that will get me messed up. Not about that talk that keeps me playing dress up. Gotta be about something, I won't die for nothing. You'll see the love coming, I'm about that walk. I'm about that walk. Hey, I'm about that walk. I'm about that walk. I'm about that walk. We can't get rid of conversations totally. Words are captivating, but they don't have arms to be holding me. Consoling me with scriptures don't carry as much as scriptures being used in you, controlling your touch. Can you really pick them up and put them down? Pick up the person on the ground, put down the ones creating frowns. Oh, you thought it was foot actions? Okay, step in. Can you keep it moving through the mess you stepped in? Kept in position of griping about motions. Can't work together like Mr. Brown and lotions. Are you supporting the people creating the potions of drugs, crime, and sex, anti-moral explosions? Once the dust clears, there's no life of the party. That's what happens when everybody is killing everybody, drugging everybody, thugging everybody. I'm about that walk that's loving everybody. I'm not about that life, cause that will get me messed up. Not about that talk that keeps me playing dress up. Gotta be about something, I won't die for nothing. You'll see the love coming, I'm about that walk. I'm about that walk. Hey, I'm about that walk. I'm about that walk. I'm about that walk. I'm not about that life, cause that will get me messed up. Not about that talk that keeps me playing dress up. Gotta be about something, I won't die for nothing. You'll see the love coming, I'm about that walk. I'm about that walk. Hey, I'm about that walk. I'm about that walk. I'm about that walk. I'm not about that life, cause that will get me messed up. Not about that talk that keeps me playing dress up. Gotta be about something, I won't die for nothing. You'll see the love coming, I'm about that walk. I'm about that walk. Hey, I'm about that walk. I'm about that walk. I'm about that walk. I'm not about that life, cause that will get me messed up. Not about that talk that keeps me playing dress up. Gotta be about something, I won't die for nothing. You'll see the love coming, I'm about that walk. I'm about that walk.
Hey, I'm about that walk. I'm about that walk. I'm about that. I'm not about that life, cause that will get me messed up. Not about that talk that keeps me playing dress up. Gotta be about something, I won't die for nothing. You'll see the love coming, I'm about that walk. I'm about that walk. Hey, I'm about that walk. I'm about that walk. I'm about